for your cast of the Why So Serious show on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
It is Tuesday, and it is time for the Why So Serious show on Blaze Radio, BlazeRadioOnline.com. I'm Jesse Morrison, alongside Mallory Schnell and Alex Coyle. And Alex and Mallory, Zach Hampel is back in a baseball stadium. Did you all see the video?
I haven't watched the video yet, but I did see the either the post from Twitter or Instagram, and then also saw the thing for his YouTube thing, like the picture on his YouTube. I just didn't click on the video, but yes, he's back getting more balls.
He got 18 baseballs.
How? Like how?
Socially, this is the perfect. This is like
That's
Zach
true.
Hampel's actually dream. A playoff game with reduced capacity. Like, the guy couldn't be in better spirits. And then randomly, like, Heath Bell, who looks 15 years older than he did when he played, ran up to him and gave him like a big hug, which I was just like, ugh. And then they started talking about their masks. It was the most 2020 thing I've ever seen.
Awesome.
He was like, Zach was like, You got your mask, Heath? And Heath pulls out his mask. He's like, I got this mask, you know?
Love Heath Bell.
It was funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Heath Bell. He slid into
At Chase Field.
yeah, he slid into the mound, and it was really, really awkward. Speaking of COVID, Evan Longoria, how everybody see that tweet?
What was it again? I'm the one that was sent it in, I think.
He just said it was nice to see so many people without their masks.
You're having fun without masks. Like
Why?
To say that. I don't think this is the right time to tweet that out.
Yeah, like why? I didn't know. Like, what happens when you play for the Giants?
You would think in that area you would kind of sway the other way, but
Yeah, well, what happens when you play for the Giants? I covered Longo in spring training. But speaking of way more relevant baseball topics, Game 7, did everybody watch it?
yes,
No.
both Game 7s.
I'm talking about tonight's Game 7. Yesterday's Game 7 was 24 hours of sports ago. But that was an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
I hate the Dodgers, but that was an unbelievable game. I feel so bad for Nick Markakis. He's now lost in 2 championship series, 1 in each league. So, poor guy.
The Orioles won the NLCS?
The Orioles lost to the Royals in 2014.
Really?
And then the Royals lost the World Series that year. So,
In 2015, they won the World Series in 2015.
2014, they lost the World Series, if you remember right.
Correct.
And I'm blanking. They lost to the Giants. It was a horrible World Series. No, it might have gone 7. I don't remember.
I think that was the Mad Bum series.
Yeah, Mad Bum was really good. That was a good World Series. I forgot. I just thought that based off.
Pablo Sandoval caught a foul ball wide of third.
Yes, I like this talk more than talking about tonight's game, but we should talk about tonight's game. Mookie Betts used to follow me on Instagram before I deleted that account. I don't know why, if he was following me on Instagram. Why I deleted that account. I was tired of Instagram. It was a horrible decision. Amazing catch, and then one of my least favorite players in all of baseball. We'll get to that and get to why in a minute. Cody Bellinger, he hit a home run, and then he did that stupid thing that some people do, and he celebrated too hard and popped his shoulder out. I thought that was amusing. I never want to see anybody get hurt, but when you're headbutting a wall and it gives you a concussion or something like that, like, there's a little bit of humor in that, and everybody can Gus Farrat, everybody can kind of laugh at that.
Or punching a fire extinguisher like Amari Stoudemire. I don't know why I know that fact, but that's the one thing I can tell you about Amari Stoudemire besides his glasses and playing for the Suns.
He also played for the Heat.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
Heat.
I figured out today that Franco Harris was a Seattle Seahawk. It's terrible looking. It's honestly terrifying. You look at that and you're like, what? It was terrifying.
So back to the World Series Game 7. Shout out Dustin May,
NLCS.
starting pitcher.
That's a fine.
I read World Series on the thing. So
Okay.
but shout out Dustin May.
Got his what? How much did he go? Did he even go an inning?
He went an inning.
Okay. Is he from Valparaiso, Indiana?
No, but he's MSM Sports Management. That's his agent. Shout out them.
The brother of Drew Rosenhaus follows me
Wow.
on Twitter. I forget his name, but he's an agent too.
Andrew Rosenhaus.
I wish I had the sad game show sound. But Rays Dodgers, I couldn't be more excited.
Hang on. I gotta
This is great radio for
great
Blade.
radio,
Mallory, how
great
you doing?
radio. Hang on. Let's
Mallory,
go Rays. Let's go Rays.
Why do you have that?
the Rays actually have been my second team probably since 2008.
So you just hopped on the bandwagon. You make fun of me for hopping on bandwagons.
No, listen.
You've been on the Rays bandwagon for 12 years. He has a loss of words. He's been on the Rays bandwagon.
Here's why I like Joe. Like Joe Madden was my favorite manager before he was the Cubs manager.
Mhm.
I played for the Rays my last year of Little League, and so and that was the same year that they were really
Which
good.
Little League has the Rays? What Little League are you playing in?
I
never had the Rays. Nobody ever played for the Rays.
I
Mallory, put it on the poll. Does any Little League have the Rays?
played for the Rays. I actually really liked Evan Longoria. I really like David Price. And
How has David Price not been a Cub?
I honestly, you know who's going to be a Cub?
Mallory, put it on the poll. How has David Price not been a Cub?
He would have been a Dodger. He'd be pitching in this World Series if he didn't opt out.
Yeah, well, he made it. I think he probably made a good decision, honestly.
Imagine them with him, though.
Do you really think David Price would have been 500 with a 4 ERA?
He still would be their fourth pitcher to start the World Series.
Mallory, also put it on the poll. Would David Price have been 500 with a 4 ERA this year?
When you say also put it on a poll, did you say a poll before that? Because I was not in the room.
What? We have like 3 polls.
Which poll did you hear first?
Whatever last one you just said, but I forgot it anyway.
Okay, does any Little League have the Rays?
Does
Yes.
any Little League
Play
have
for
the
Rays,
Rays?
Little League.
Is
like
Alex a front runner?
Wait.
I've had this for probably 3 or 4 years, I think.
Okay.
It fits nicely. Go Rays.
Is Alex a front runner?
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Gotta tag him.
For that one, I have no defense for that. Because if like, I know deep down I'm not, but if you look at the teams that I like,
He really is.
like, I'm probably the most hated. Like, I'm not the Yankees, Lakers, Cowboys guy, but I'm close.
Yeah.
Cubs, Cowboys, Notre Dame.
Yeah, if his teams,
FC Bayern.
yeah, like if he had been a fan of these teams in the 90s, like he would have really been a front runner.
Okay, what was the third poll?
Would David Price have been 500? So
No. Before that, you have to say, how has David Price not been a Cub?
Yeah, how has David Price not been a Cub? Forgot about that one.
And I was gone for 1 minute, and then
Yes, this is one of those rapid fire ones. If you ever listen to the Levitard show,
Poll.
Dan will come back from break and be like, Billy, put this on the poll. Billy, put this on the poll. Billy, put this on the poll. Well, it's actually when he's doing the polls, he calls him by Billy's given name. How has David Price not been a? It's not been a Cub, Mallory.
A Cub.
Mallory, for
I
the radio listeners, Mallory said, "How has David Price not been a poll?" Speaking of polls, does Adam Silver? This is not even really a poll, but this is from the Levitard show on Friday. Does Adam Silver look like the little springy thing on your door that stops it?
Or what was the other one? What was the other one?
Does he look? I don't know, but this was one that I remember off the top of my head. Does Adam Silver look like the light bulb that appears on the top of your head in a cartoon when you get like a brain blast? He also looks like someone that would be the other teacher in Magic School Bus.
Okay, fair. I like it.
What was the other David Price one?
Would David Price have been 500, so like 0.500, with a 4 ERA if he had played in 2020?
4.00 ERA.
4.00, yeah. Or you can just put the number. It doesn't really. I mean,
Go Rays.
I'm cheering hard for the Rays, even though they're in the Orioles division. The Orioles swept them this year, so that makes us the de facto world.
10-0?
That what? No. Just
swept a
we
series.
swept them in a series one time. So therefore we would be the de facto World Series champions if that happens. So therefore I'm cheering for the Rays. I would ask Mallory to put that on the poll, but she's a little overwhelmed right now. Mallory, put it on the poll. Is Mallory a little overwhelmed right now?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Or yes and of course. Either one is Alex a front runner. But my absolute just loathing of Cody Bellinger leads us to our first or our Mount Rushmore, our second segment of the day. And it is the Mount Rushmore of players that annoy us, athletes that annoy us across the sports world of all time. It doesn't matter. And, of course, my first is Cody Bellinger. Alex, I'll go to you since Mallory is swamped with polls.
It's kind of something that we've talked about on the show quite a bit. LeBron.
It's terrible. It's such a terrible take.
LeBron.
It's
I need Hayden on here
LeBron
It's so
James.
bad. Like the little bummed. You're like stuck in 2010. You're Skip Bayless like a decade ago.
LeBron.
Did you see Skip Bayless, by the way, with his Brady greater sign, like 40 greater signs, greater than Rogers, lowercase r.
You know what? Cowboys guy.
Yeah, but then he said that Dak was weak he's just such a clown. It's just like, and also he has like 2 million followers and follows 0 people on Twitter. It's literally so he can make takes that people react to. Like, he should be banned from Twitter just for being Skip.
Also former columnist at the Chicago Tribune. Fun fact.
Skip?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to Chicago later. I have no idea how the Bears are 5-1.
I
But
hate the Bears.
but Mallory, you get to go twice.
What if I wasn't ready? Okay. We're
Put on
gonna
the poll. Is Mallory ever ready?
No, even though she is for this.
Paul Pierce. I don't like him that much. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Okay.
He annoys me. He hates the Miami Heat for no reason. I mean, I guess there's a reason. We
only root for Florida teams. Go Rays.
Yeah, Florida teams. Go
I
Rays.
hate this.
Lays and the Lays. The Rays and the Lightning in 1 year. How about that?
How about that?
Or the Lakers and the Dodgers, which would piss off like the majority of the sports world, and I have to cut that out now.
No, you don't have to cut.
Yeah, that's the
we're
word.
in Safe
Remember?
Harbor hours. We air during Safe Harbor
Oh,
hours.
that's right. Good.
But speaking of that, when I was at the Staples Center after the Lakers won, there were a few guys were running around chanting "Dodgers next, Dodgers next."
I hate those people. I don't hate anyone, but those people are close.
You know what's going to happen though? Whatever city loses this one is going to win the Super Bowl. The Rams or the Buccaneers.
You know, the Rams and the Buccaneers both have a really big shot of winning the.
That's what I'm saying.
Winning the Super Bowl
Whoever
this year.
loses this wins the Super Bowl.
Also, really good scheduling job by the NFL. tonight.
Oh,
Nobody's watching that Rams game. Nobody. It's football.
or the 9 1:00 games and 2 of the 4:25 games, and one of them was Jets Dolphins.
Imagine being okay. Even as like
What's wrong with the Jets Dolphins game, huh?
okay. If I was a fan of the Jets
Tua.
or the Dolphins, I would be mad that I did not get Packers and Bucks. Like, I would not want to watch my own team's game.
And it was still a bad game.
It was awful. I feel so bad for Joe Buck. Like, I understand why he would take that game. This might be the last time that those two guys ever play each other. So
Playoffs. They're playing each other in the playoffs.
maybe, but it might be the last time those two ever play each other. So, you know, he's called plenty of baseball game sevens. So I would take this game if I were him. But like, I bet he was just like, oh, like I could have had this tonight. Like, oh man. But Mallory, you get a second player that is your second most annoying athlete to you.
Okay, I like this guy, so it's kind of difficult. But Antonio Brown is he's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah. Yeah, Antonio Brown. All right, Alex, your turn.
Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Pretty much all these guys are basketball players, but Grayson Allen.
Antonio Brown plays football.
No, I'm saying my guy. My list.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to stick with the basketball angle and the annoying college basketball player. That would be Tyler Hansborough.
I love watching Tyler Hansborough.
His little annoying celebration against Virginia Tech, ACC championship game one year, really bothered me. It's the ACC. Like, come on. Like, if I was UNC or Duke, I would try to lose in the first game of the ACC tournament, the conference tournament, because normally they have enough wins to already be like a 2 seed, and it just gives you some extra rest.
Except for Carolina last year, they were awful.
Yeah, well, that's an exception year.
Awful. But hey, go Rays.
Yeah, but Tyler Hansborough just bothers me. He bothered me in the league. He literally came into the league and was just the guy that fought people. Like, he had no skill in the NBA. He just fought people. Like, just look up Tyler Hansborough fighting, and like, there's 5 videos of him just getting in the face of people. Did back his brother up one time, who actually played in the NBA. Ben Hansborough, NBA player. I think it's back to Alex now.
Yeah, you got to go twice.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, never mind. I got it twice. All right. My next one is my all-time least favorite player of any sport ever. That would be Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. Can't stand him.
Because he destroys your team.
He's a whiner. He runs away from fights. He takes PK Subban's head and drills it into the ice, even though he has a concussion history. Sidney Crosby does. You know, no empathy, no sympathy for others. Has beaten my team a lot. Has beaten my national team in an Olympic game that I've never cared more about in my life. That's literally the one game I think I've put the most energy into in my entire life, was that World Cup. I mean, that gold medal Olympic hockey game. Again, like, I don't think I've ever been more into one sporting event in my entire life. And
really?
He killed my emotions there. Oh yeah, it was like the first time I was allowed to stay home alone because my parents were out doing something. And when we scored with like 20 seconds left or something, I ran around my house just screaming the top of my lungs. And then he scored and killed my hopes and dreams. So, and then he did it again to me many times after that. And I was extremely angry. All right. I guess we go back to Alex now.
Very similar to Grayson Allen. I'm going to keep the basketball theme alive, but we're going to go to the West Coast this time. Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
Every time, he's just one of those guys, man.
Just one of those guys.
One of those guys, yep.
Mallory, you get 2 picks.
I'm going to bring it to hockey for a second. Brad Marchand, however you want to say it.
Not a lot of people like him.
I don't like him. You know, I have a personal bias because he was on the All-Star team 2018 with Trocheck, my favorite player. They're both in the Atlantic. And then a week later, the Bruins and the Panthers are playing, and he picks a fight with Trocheck. Like, dude, you were just all buddy-buddy with him a few days ago.
Like, being teammates in an all-star game matters.
It does, okay?
I'm pretty sure Ovi and Crosby have been teammates in the All-Star game, and they hate each other. Because Crosby, okay, so because the thing is that Crosby won't fight Ovi as much as Ovi tries to fight him.
Stop making it about Ovi, Jesse. It's not about him.
It's always about him. He's the greatest. He's the
Put
greatest.
the poll, is it always about Ovi?
It's
Yeah,
not.
Mallory,
I hate to break it to you, Jesse, but he's like not the greatest.
best goal scorer since when
Russian spy.
him and
That's the only reason he
Simeon,
plays- that's the only
him and
reason he
Simeon
plays.
Varlamov.
That's the only reason he plays for the Capitals.
True. Very, very good conspiracy theory there.
The Great Eight. How about that, Mallory? Your second
How
one.
about that?
Draymond Green.
I kind of like Draymond at
I love
times.
Draymond Green.
No, I like him a
Especially in
lot too.
college.
It's just you can like someone who's annoying. Like I think Jesse's annoying, but I'm friends with him.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Most 70% of the time, I'm trying to annoy people. So yes,
Is
my
that
whole
the purpose of the show?
yes.
Yeah.
It's also to annoy people at Cronkite who don't understand it.
Just
They
don't
don't
get
get
the
the
show.
show.
Don't get the
What?
show.
Yeah, they don't get the show. Okay,
How
All
about
right.
that? Ready to row.
your final pick, Alex.
Insert U of A player here.
What about like Teddy Bruschi? I like him.
Insert like current.
Antonio Pierce played for U of A. Can you
Yeah,
believe that?
He's going to be the next ASU head coach.
Maybe.
I guarantee it.
He'll probably get a job before Herm leaves. Herm's got 10 years left.
10 years? I hope so. I mean, I'd love that.
Are you kidding
10
me?
years.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Herm's like 40 in spirit. Have you ever seen a former football player move as well as that guy? Somehow he avoided the whole like football is really dangerous thing.
Hey, must be the money. I did there. See
Yeah,
what I
Every
did
time
there.
that song comes on, it makes me think of the HBO
Uh-uh.
special.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I loved him his rookie year, and then he didn't take any blame on himself. He kept saying, "We need to play better. We need to do this better," when it was entirely his fault for coming back too early from injury
Hey, must be the money.
and ruining and ruining everything. He had a whole promotion thing about how it was hashtag the return or something. That might have been Derrick Rose, but I don't know.
That was Derrick Rose, yep.
Yeah, but it was another Adidas ad campaign about no, it was like all ready for week 1 or something like that.
Yes, ready
yeah.
for week 1. That's what it was.
Yeah, but Robert Griffin III, not a fan. And then he cheated on his wife with a Florida State track star, allegedly. Or either a Florida State or Florida track star. And now they're married. And he got a tattoo of her, like of her name. Not a fan. Not a fan of RG3. He kind of
Wait, I
ruined
thought we were still talking about Herm. I was so confused.
No, I love Herm. Herm's awesome. Herm's the best.
Hey, he's a Catholic now. Watch out for them Devils. Devil's Digest, Toad Rubino.
Wait, was that who was he talking to us when he said that? Or
Yes, that was Howard asked him a question. He said, Devil's Digest. I'm a
oh,
Catholic.
I didn't know that was Hode.
Pretty sure it was.
That was like that was over a year before I started working for Hode. I was still a freshman. I even
Yeah,
covered.
that was my senior year in high school. I was watching that press conference live.
Yeah, I wasn't an AS. I mean, I wasn't a media member yet for really. I don't think I'd even covered one thing other than like gone to a football game as a Pac-12 runner. Like, and I met
Okay,
Clean.
anyway.
Yeah, that's a really big tangent. But Mallory, I did the recap for the other show.
Mhm.
Now it's your turn to do the recap. If you can pull one up or do whatever for Bachelorette.
I'll do a recap.
Alex
Yeah.
wants to do the recap.
Show sucked.
What?
I'm gonna recap. Show sucked. I'm gonna recap.
What? I mean, the first 24 minutes were absolutely pointless. But Mallory,
No, like this is the worst. I'll let her do this.
let's wait till Mallory gives her her somewhat recap off the top of her head almost a week after it aired. Let's see how this goes.
Off the top of my head, here we go. Started off with Claire's been waiting for this for months, blah, blah, blah. COVID, a bunch of the guys whining over getting their COVID test done and crying about it, jumping on their bed and hitting their head on the walls and
Playing chess against themselves.
playing chess against themselves. 24 minutes later, Chris Harrison finally comes and is like, all right, ready to get this thing started. The guys start coming out the limo. Nothing special until Dale comes.
Dale is Aaron Judge. Conspiracy theory.
He's a lot shorter and a little bit skinnier.
Aaron Judge.
He's also like the 10th most attractive guy.
Wait, I know. He does kind of look like Aaron Judge.
He really does. You're right about that. But he's also like the 10th most attractive guy.
What else is Aaron Judge doing right now? On The Bachelor. He's not playing no baseball.
Bachelorette. It's a Bachelorette.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, why do we have to say Bachelorette? Can't they just both be bachelors? Like, this is 2020. What's going on?
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, I'm just – never mind. Just go on, Mallory.
So they all go inside, someone, can I steal you for a second? First, can I steal you for a second of the season? We love that.
I hate to be that guy, but
I hate to be that guy. But
I love to be that guy, but can I steal you for a sec? That's what they should just. There should be more honesty in this.
yes.
I would just be that person.
The journey. It's the journey.
I'd say, get up. Get up, my turn.
I'd be able to tell like night one if I'm the one or not for them. So like, I would if I know that they have a better connection with someone else, I'm just not even gonna waste my time. Like
that's extremely cocky, Mallory. But keep going. Keep going with your recap.
What else happened? Oh, one of the Blake M's, because there's two Blake M's. Blake Moynes.
I think it's Moynes. That's how you say it.
Okay. Either way, he
Or
reached
is it
out.
Des Moines?
Yeah.
Des Moines.
Go. You're muted. Keep going, Mallory.
Reached out to Claire when Claire's mom was having some health trouble that broke the rules, but Claire really appreciated it. She makes it clear that he was the only one that reached out, which kind of knocks some conspiracy that her and Dale were not talking beforehand. That's what everyone thought was happening because of the spoilers that Claire goes, she meets Dale. They had been talking months before and they just hit it off in person right away, so they ran off together. That kind of debunks that rumor.
No, from what it like, no, that was totally like love at first sight, unless they were just like totally faking that. But no, they didn't meet before this.
No, I think it was love. I think love at first sight exists. I think it's a thing.
Or they're just really good on that show of like making it seem real.
Yeah. Blake Moynes thinks he's Moynes. I don't know. Thinks he's gonna get the first impression rose, but it goes to Dale. And now, but let's take it back. I almost forgot about the beef.
Here for the right reasons, gay.
Tyler C, not our beloved Tyler Cameron from Hannah B's season, a different Tyler C. And what was his name again?
Joe Schmo.
Yeah, I don't know. It was some interesting name. He's got a kid though.
The other guy, and he has a kid, and he was apparently sliding into some other girl's DMs during quarantine. Claire doesn't care.
Was he safe or out?
Huh?
When he slid, was he safe or out?
He was out. Then, rose ceremony, Tyler C, the messenger, he was just trying to look out for Claire, but he goes home. Some other
He's like 27. He never anybody in their 20s has no shot. Zero shot.
The Bachelorette's 39.
Yeah, she's not gonna date a guy in their 20s. Like that just
No, Claire knows what she wants. And my favorite thing that they keep showing her saying is like, I'm 39 and single because I didn't settle for men like that. And I'm like, yes, Claire, yes. Do not settle. Love that energy. I'm taking that energy through the rest of 2020 and my whole life.
I think like 75% of people settle. Keep going.
Okay.
That was totally unnecessary. But,
Example, Jesse, please.
nah, I'm good.
You want to call out any names?
No, I'm not. No.
No, next. Okay.
We don't think we settle, but we do.
Go Rays.
Can I just you're done? Right, keep going.
Okay, so we take a look at what's to come this season. Chris Harrison, Claire, you just blew up the Bachelorette. Then, cut to the end, we see someone stepping out of the limo. Who's it going to be? Tayshia? I don't know. Should be an exciting season. By the time this is airing, the second episode will have already happened. Yeah. It's on Tuesday night.
Yeah, too bad that we can't react to it. We couldn't react to it anyway because I have class during the Bachelor, or the Bachelor. So we really should have made it on Wednesday.
Why would you schedule? Oh, I just realized I'm gonna be out during the Bachelorette too. I'm gonna have to record it.
It's fine. We're at October 19th by now. I'm not seeing the studio in our future, unfortunately. But I like Zoom. I like to be able to do it from our house. I don't have to combine audios. It's a very easy. What'd you say?
The studio is in our future.
Breaking news.
No.
Okay.
Unconfirmed.
Breaking news. Hold on.
Unconfirmed.
Go Rays.
I'm thinking of starting a petition to get back in the studio. What do you think about that, Alex?
That'll do a ton. Change.org does a ton.
It's helped sometimes.
Can we start a GoFundMe?
Yeah, let's just raise a bunch of money.
Can we start a GoFundMe for my Rolls Royce?
Yeah, I Alex, I don't know if you heard about this, but we'll get your thoughts on the Bachelorette in a minute. But Mallory would totally be the one that would run off with the guy with the Rolls Royce.
Oh yes,
100%.
100%. You
Mallory,
you tweeted it, didn't you?
Jesse tweeted it.
Oh, Jesse.
Can we take a
It's
look?
kind of rude to tweet though.
Mallory likes her nice things.
Okay, but I bought.
Mallory likes her backstage passes, her nice cars,
For courtside seats.
her courtside seats. Like, this is something we know that Mallory likes this stuff. It's not necessarily a knock on her.
Would that be settling though, Jesse? You said we
What?
all settle.
For the Rolls Royce, I mean, it depends on what kind of car person you are. She might be like a Maserati person. She might like Mercedes.
Hey, Maserati, forks up.
I'm not a really big car person, but I'm happy with the current car I have.
I'm more of a Lamborghini guy myself.
Lamborghini. Okay.
I park in my garage. I park near a family of 4 Porsches.
Porsches are cool. I'm a big Porsche guy. I gotta tell you, maybe I would get a Porsche before a Lambo. I'm not 100% sure, but I do like a good Porsche.
German.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Do you like a good Porsche? All right, Alex, just go for it. How much do you hate The Bachelorette?
Oh, I mean, it's always true that The Bachelor is better than The Bachelorette. But
Bachelorette, it's proven that the Bachelorette stays with the person they pick 100 times more than.
Well, does that make?
I'm saying in terms of entertainment value. I find it
because the women, if it's The Bachelor, then the women are creating the drama. There's not as much drama when there's men contesting.
I feel like it's more artificial drama in the Bachelorette than there are in the Bachelor. And I just think this particular Bachelorette tries to act too much and it's just not gonna, I cannot wait until everything goes down where she leaves early, and then we can get onto the rest of the show, and it could be actually decent. But right now, it's just not. It's a snoozer. It's like something you put on golf on the middle of the day on a Saturday. It's not like the end of the round of golf. No one's gonna win a championship. You want to take a nice nap? Just toss that on. You can fall asleep and wake up at 9 p.m. You're like, hey.
Claire is my new celebrity crush. I like her. I think she seems like somebody I would want to date.
Claire, I mean, Jesse goes for the older woman. Claire, Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner. I don't know if I wanted that to be public, but it's fine.
We've
Wait,
definitely
wait,
talked
is
about
that true?
before.
Yes. I have a lot of respect for Kris Jenner.
A lot of respect, or
And I think she's I think she's a very attractive woman.
okay. Why? Hold on. Why do you have respect for her?
Because she's like has a like an empire. She's definitely lived a little vicariously through her kids, but like they seem to all like
No,
her.
a little bit, entirely.
I also just kind of like how she's best friends with Scott, even though like Courtney and Scott aren't even together. But like
Oh,
if you
Ronnie,
watch,
I have to tell you something about Scott.
hold on,
After.
Who's
if
Scott?
you Scott Disick, if you
That guy. Yes.
if you watch an episode of Quit, that's Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you will see Scott and Kris Jenner hanging out. Then there's Jonathan, who has a crappy burger place. Mallory, keep going.
Burger I am.
It's just got a big picture of this dude who has like the most Botox you've ever seen ever, just biting into a big burger. It's odd. But Mallory, keep going.
Going on what?
You said you were going to say something about Scott.
Oh, I said remind me after the show to tell you something about
Oh,
that.
well, I mean, this is not for air. I'm kind of worried that Lord Disick has been dethroned. Mallory, put it on the poll. Has Lord Disick been dethroned?
Who was it? One of you guys that was going to a Scott Disick lecture on housing or something?
Oh yeah, we went.
Yeah, and okay, so I ended up seeing some guy from like $1 Million Homes or something.
$1 million listing.
Whatever, it's the same thing. Listings, homes, same thing. And he went first, and
We've talked about this a lot on the show.
Yeah, I just forgot.
But I'm just gonna bring it up again because it's good and it fills time.
We still have like 5 more topics to get to.
Yeah, well, I just want to.
I want to hear the story. I want to hear the story again.
So yeah, Alex wants to hear the story again. That's 2-1.
Plus, here's my 2 cents. Go Rays.
So yeah, I saw the guy from $1 Million Listings, and I had to spend $20 on an Uber. They didn't, and Scott spoke like 15 minutes. $1 Million Listings guy spoke for 40, and so Mallory said it was a colossal waste of time. I don't know why Scott Disick is the one to give anybody real estate advice, but I felt like everyone in the crowd was kind of the same person that would get involved in a pyramid scheme without their knowledge.
Oh, they all signed up for the pyramid scheme.
Was that it? Do you think that was a pyramid scheme?
100%.
Everything's a pyramid scheme. Put it on the poll. Is everything a pyramid scheme? Yes.
You tagged Scott Disick. We're gonna have the Kardashians after us. We're gonna be so done. We're like, if the Kardashians, they have like this whole group of people that really love them for some reason.
That's gonna be so entertaining.
Like all the Kylie Jenner fans are gonna come after us.
I'm a Kylie Jenner fan.
Yeah, they won't believe you now.
That'll increase the magnitude of the show.
Last thing about The Bachelorette, I'm not excited for Tayshia. I didn't like her that much on.
Well, do we know it's
You
Tayshia?
watch all of Colton's season, Jesse.
I
What
missed the
season-
last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I missed the last 2 episodes, but I saw the highlights.
How far did you make it?
I said I missed the last 2 episodes.
Okay, so what place did she get? Answer the question.
It was a long time ago. Didn't she finish like 4th? Like she was one of the final 4, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Final Four. How about that?
I liked her, but
More Final Fours than Virginia Tech.
that's true. I'm more of a VCU basketball fan. They've been to the Final Four. Gotta ride that train. Gotta get on that bandwagon. All right, the worst day of football since 2017, when that season was not great. We had some terrible games today.
Awful.
Where do
the
we?
best team of the day is the Colts almost losing to the Bengals.
You know it's a rough day. Mallory, put it on the poll. Do you know it's a bad day for the NFL when Colts Bengals is the best game of the day? You could argue Colts Bengals, or maybe even worse, Titans Texans.
Derrick Henry went off.
In front of way too many fans, and we had one of two decisions to go for two that were extremely questionable today. And so, like, I just want to go through the quarterbacks, like, today. The stats on these guys. They were so bad. Carson Wentz, 21 of 40, 213 yards.
He's just bad. We're at the point where Carson Wentz is just bad. He's not.
My favorite game of the day was Broncos-Patriots. 1 touchdown in this game. Cam Newton rushing touchdown. Drew Lock led his team to a win. 6 field goals through the first.
And I didn't start Brandon McManus. My ding dong has 2 kickers. Didn't start Brandon McManus. 24 points.
That's insane. Yeah, but we had 6 points in the first quarter, 6 points second quarter, 6 points in the third quarter, and then the Patriots outscored them 9-0 in the fourth. But we literally had an 18-3 field goal game through 3 quarters in this one. And Drew Lock was 10 of 24, 189 yards, had a total quarterback rating of 19.6, threw 2 interceptions, and got the win. Cam Newton on the other side, 17 of 25, 157 yards, 2 picks. Awful. It's just terrible. And so, yeah, that was awful. Then you had Jets-Dolphins, which luckily Tua got in. It was really cool to see him at the end of the game, sitting on the field, full uniform, just soaking the moment in.
He was taking in the moment. I've been waiting for this moment. We need more Tua. Yeah, Tua.
Ryan Fitzpatrick not giving up that job easily.
You see him though. He was pumping up the crowd when Tua went in.
Yeah, he loves Tua. He knows it's Tua's team. But
Harvard guy, he knows it.
Yeah. Highest Wonderlic in NFL history. But if it was LeBron and LeBron had gone out there to soak in the moment, Alex would be like, "Hey, look at him, just
all by himself,
just showing off for the cameras. I'm Alex, and I just got to pick on LeBron because it was cool 10 years ago.
LeBum.
I said LeBum, and you said LeBum at the same time. You're muted. But 24-0 in that one. And I can't believe Adam Gase still has a job. Frank Gore went off with a bunch of expletives at the end of the game. It was just absolutely atrocious performance. Why is poor Joe Flacco and Frank Gore? Because Joe Flacco and Frank Gore, Joe Flacco was at least a good quarterback. You can't spell
Pause. We're apologizing to Frank Gore. We're not apologizing to Joe
Flacco is a Super Bowl MVP, and he's riding out the twilight of his career on the Jets with Adam Gase, having the butt interception. Did you see the butt interception? There was a butt interception.
Wasn't that the Jets intercepting the Dolphins, though?
I don't know. I don't remember.
But I saw the butt interception.
Probably.
I saw the freeze frame. Didn't see the play.
I assumed it was the Jets. That's just easy to do. But
what about this? Baker Mayfield getting pulled.
He had a rib injury. It wasn't because he was playing bad. That game was awful too.
He played horribly in that game.
But yeah, Joe Flacco, Frank Gore. Like I really hope that they trade Frank Gore at the trade deadline. Because, he had a good game today. 11 carries, 46 yards, had a 14-yard run. That's 4 yards a carry. That's pretty good. But
good enough to be on my fantasy bench.
Another game, terrible. I'll tell you what are we doing. It'll be quick. But the Washington game for the quarterbacks. Danny Dimes, who got the win, he ran for 74 yards, but it was all on one run. He was 12 of 19, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
He only threw 19 passes in a whole game?
Yes, Kyle Allen was okay, but he lost a fumble and got picked off. That was just atrocious quarterback play. Really bad day for the quarterbacks. Bad day for the NFL. They had a kind of a crappy Sunday night game that didn't interest me. That was up against baseball in a city that likes baseball a lot more than football.
And had their team playing.
Like, I don't know why they did that, but I love the one thing, great uniforms by the 49ers. That's my only thing that I got to say there. But anybody else got anything on football?
Biggest game of the week, best game of the week, Monday night.
Yes, tomorrow both games might redeem what happened today. No Tuesday night football this week.
Go Cowboys, America's team.
We have a game at 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'm so excited.
No, that's awesome.
I am so excited.
Joe Buck on the call for that one, too.
Yes, Joe Buck back-to-back. He's doing 7 games in 7 days.
And possibly more, depending on how long the World Series goes.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
All right, what are we doing? We have a finite amount of time. I mean, we're okay to go over because we don't have anybody after us. But Mallory, I'll start with you. What are we doing?
I'm not ready.
Of course. Alex, what's your what are we doing?
Go Rays.
You have no what are we doing. Come on, you got to have one. Okay, well, that's good because I have 2. We will start off with the Washington football team. Now, first off, I have to say
here. Hold on. Here's my what are we doing. Braves blew a 3-1 lead.
What are we doing?
Okay, I'm going to go back to mine, and I got to say a disclaimer. Ron Rivera is awesome. He's fighting through cancer, but he made a bad decision in football. So this is nothing to do with Ron Rivera, the person. I'm not a terrible person, but Riverboat Ron was in full force today.
Yeah, and he affected someone else's riverboat.
He went on, for entertainment purposes only. He went for it. Okay, if the Washington football team had won today, Cowboys lost yesterday. Cowboys lose tomorrow. Washington football team, sole possession of first. Sole possession at 2-4, if you can believe it. So you gotta kick the extra point, but he went for 2. And, the whole team in general. Dustin Hopkins missed an easy field goal that would have won the game at the beginning of the game. Kyle Allen with the fumble. You got to start Alex Smith. Just the whole thing is just absolutely atrocious. And Dan Snyder should go. And I'm on this tangent because I hate them. All right. Mallory, do you have anything?
Nope.
What's your second one, Jesse?
This backup quarterback for the Packers. I gotta figure out his name. He played today, I believe. Tim Boyle. Now, Tim Boyle was a quarterback at UConn at one point who had Who had 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions in his UConn career. He transfers to Eastern Kentucky, which I believe is FCS. It might
be. Colonels. EKU, the Colonels, former baseball coach Edwin Thompson.
Are they FCS though? They're FCS.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
He completes 62% of his passes, has 13 picks to 11 touchdowns. Somehow makes it to the league. And this is just proving my point. The NFL is so racist against quarterbacks and continues to be racist against quarterbacks. Manny Wilkins had a bajillion times better college career and kind of looked good in the preseason last year. He's making music now and is cut. And this Tim Boyle guy is getting playing time.
Why didn't they play Jordan Love?
I don't know. Maybe he's
wouldn't he be the next guy?
I really don't know. I really don't know. But Like, the NFL is super racist. Like, this guy should not be on a roster. I could go into Colin Kaepernick if I really wanted to. But, like, we know what's wrong there. But, like, Manny Wilkins, come on. Like, come on. Like, Manny Wilkins is a 10 times better quarterback than Tim Boyle. What do the Packers see in Tim? Maybe 6'4", 234? Give me a break. You know how many 6'4", 234 guys have been busts? Like, come on. Like, seriously.
Bust.
Like, how many 6'4", 234 guys get drafted? Mitch Trubisky's like that size.
Bust.
Yes, I'm calling him Mitch, not Mitchell. He doesn't deserve the Mitch. I mean, he doesn't deserve the Mitchell. Just absolutely atrocious. Come on, NFL. Like, too many fans at college football games.
What? Okay, that was a random thing to throw in there.
NFL, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
All right. Do we have anything else?
I'm good.
All right, then I'll just wrap it up. What's up?
Polls.
Oh, yes. But first I want to say Sid Hartman died. Absolute legend. He's been writing columns for 75 years. He's been in the newspaper industry since 1928 with a small hiatus to sell vacuums. But
That's
he
awesome.
said he was a terrible vacuum salesman. But yes, absolute legend. Nothing but support coming from everywhere. I want to be writing 3 columns a week at the age of 100. Like, that is awesome. He did it. Okay. Like it's sad that he died. But just like,
He's a legend.
I've just been like, just like, man, that would be a great way to go out with a column published about the Minnesota Vikings on my, like, when I was 100 years old on the day I died. Like, that is just like such a goal. Like, that guy is so cool. He's going to be missed in Minneapolis. I actually knew who he was before today, which I was like, oh yeah, that guy. He was the guy that was still covering stuff. Like, he would still go to games and stuff when you were allowed to. At like 99 years old. That's so cool. Like, but yeah, wish she could live to 200.
True.
All right, Mallory, polls.
Does anyone actually like the Big Bang Theory? 57% yes.
What?
Does any Little League have the Rays? 80% yes.
What?
Go Rays.
83% yes.
Yep.
How has David Price not been a Cub? 33%, I don't know. 67% beats me. Does Adam Silver look like the little springy thingy behind your door? 100% yes. Would David Price have been .500 with a 4.00 ERA if he had played 2020? Probably 100%. Is Mallory a little overwhelmed right now? 50%, when is she not? 50% always. 50-50, never happened before.
How about that?
Does Adam Silver look like he could be the other teacher in Magic School Bus? 100% yes. Like a good Porsche? 100% yes. Has Lord Disick been dethroned? 50-50, never happened before.
How about that?
Do you know it's a bad day for the NFL when Colts Bengals is the best game of the day? 0 votes.
Yeah, I forgot to retweet it. You know why we get votes on the polls, right?
Because we vote?
Let me guess.
No, because I retweet all of them, and I have quadruple the number of followers that our show does, so they actually see the polls. That's why we get votes on the polls. Unless it's like the Bachelorette, where we put hashtag the Bachelorette, and then all those people watching that see it, and we get 25 votes. We did on our first Bachelorette reaction show on YouTube. We have gotten a lot of views. Let me look this up because we have a little bit of time, actually. We have 5 minutes.
Great radio.
No, I'm just got to plug and brag. So we have 30 views. That's our most viewed show since
Hamilton.
It's like Hamilton, yeah. Hard Knocks episode 2 had 29 views. So,
Yeah, how about that?
their most views since then. Yeah. So definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. How about that? All right. That'll do it for the Why So Serious show on Blaze Radio from a remote location somewhere not in the Bill Austin radio studio. Thank you for
From
listening.
Tempe and downtown Phoenix.
Yeah.
Go Rays.
Yeah. Alex is going to say go Rays. I'm going to say go Rays too.
Go Rays.
Follow us on Twitter at the letter Y and then So Serious Show. And of course, we got to wish our friends in Canada good night.
Good night,
Go Rays.